Hey guys, if you love QF's content on our free Sundays and Thursday sessions, then please visit our Patreon page in the description and sub to the Black Kluge tier or higher for full access to not only our bonus weekly Tuesday night shows and the alternate Sunday shows you've been missing, but also to the exclusive episodes not available to the lower tiers. It's roughly the price of one coffee a month, and nobody at Starbucks will make you laugh like we do for that kind of scratch. In addition, when you sub to the Black Kluge tier, you'll get 2 weeks advance access to each Thursday session on Patreon before it makes it to YouTube.
Now look, I don't want to get into a long explanation. That's not what I came here for. My audience isn't here to laugh. Hour and a half. I have not taken a break. Spread the word about Sirius. We do not take commercial breaks that often. Let's go ahead to Randy. I don't want to be in a wig and a purse. I do that in my personal life.
I don't want anybody touching me.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm with you.
Sometimes and like, hey, man, what's up?
Yeah, you touch me because you're paid to touch me.
I'm not saying I was the biggest stud, but I got mine. And I fucked some pretty good-looking women. Way before I was Howard Stern on the radio. Fuck off. Assholes. The nose I have now is gigantic, and the fact of the matter is, the reason it looks different on Letterman, which I've explained a million times, is that I keep the camera so far back on the E! Show, and I only shoot from the right-hand side. You wouldn't turn the children against me, would you?
I would try.
She would, too.
She's coming and she's fighting on all sides.
No, but I'd win that one.
I wouldn't even have to do anything. If you ever did anything to hurt me, they would hate you.
I wouldn't hurt you. I just want to go out and have sex with some women.
Listen, by the way, considering what I'm going through, I feel horrible that your smoking hot girlfriend went to a movie without you last night.
And then came home.
Can I say something about that, though?
And then came home.
Let's be honest, though.
When he was knee-deep in Johnny Walker Blue.
Well,
It's a bachelor party.
I think it was a good idea for the beginning of it.
Yeah, I think you would have been just as weird if we started in the beginning. You go, oh my God, everyone's staring at me.
Not me. I love it. I love when people stare.
He loves to be stared at.
I love it.
Move into Sam's house and get the fuck out of our lives.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll get Beetlejuice to pick out our shirts.
Get fatter, Harvey. We're more of those fucking things.
Beetlejuice will pick out our church. You can live with Sam and blow him. You're being a little,
and not only that,
baby there.
No,
not only that,
I'm just trying to weigh it
You
up.
can't live without a stylist in your life?
Not only that,
What has happened?
I'm thinking who would be easier to replace?
I think Ralph, of course.
But there's a lot of
The
guys
guy
who
who picks
drive.
out your clothes.
Chris, could you date Ralph? Would you? You couldn't? Why?
No, look at that smile. He's lying.
You're lying. Tell the truth. Could you date Ralph?
No.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I
please.
could.
No. We would have the best time, Robin. I wouldn't
couldn't
talk to
date
you.
Ralph.
You wouldn't talk to me.
I couldn't date Ralph, but I could fuck him. I'd fuck his brains out.
Well, maybe. Maybe.
If you
A
guys
lot of
were,
people feel that way.
I know Ralph is straight, but all right, now I understand.
All right.
I don't understand. I can't understand gorgeous.
It's a straight place.
No guy. Let me just say something about men. No man says gorgeous.
Really?
This restaurant is gorgeous.
Okay.
You got to understand something. Guys don't talk that way.
Next
Guy
time.
goes, hey, it was a good lunch.
And it was sort of set
Well, the
him on
sketch,
a-
what the controversy was, it was Patrick Swayze, who's, gorgeous.
Welcome, folks, to QF, a podcast about Howard Stern. I'm Phil Moore, your host, a.k.a. Jim Fix, and with me for this part one of a multi-part special on Dana Plato and the Dana Plato appearance on Stern, which we finally got around to tackling, is Mr. Len Young. Welcome, sir.
Hey, good to be back.
And guys, I say multi-part because there's a lot of clips to actually use, and I wanted multiple people on board for the recording of it because people have strong opinions about the whole situation. I have to preface it by saying, when I was still at Gunk, Monique was stupid enough to have this guy on, in order to cover the thing. I don't even remember if they covered the interview itself. I think they just brought this guy on as an interview, and everybody was against it because he was an absolute dirtbag. He put out something which is an audio CD and a booklet, about 40 pages. You could see it's listed on Amazon but not available. And it was called Dana Plato's Last Breath.
Oh, my God.
Okay. And it's put out by Mike Hunt Monitor. And this person, okay, so basically it's over 60 minutes of Dana Plato's last interview on CD, plus a 40-page booklet, internet nudes, and much, much more.
Oh,
From what I understood, it was fake nudes, first of all.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she already posed for Playboy 10 years earlier, so there was no need for that shit. Inside.
Yes, that is. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Okay, so Shane Bugbee is this guy. He's a complete dirtbag. He's done some. He's something to do with the Church of Satan. I mean, he was an absolute piece of shit, and people criticize them for doing it, and I'm like, I don't blame them, because you don't give a guy like that a platform. It says here, I'll read it. This booklet follows the timeline of Dana Plato's last days from the first hand accounts of her last employer and friend, Shane Bugbee. The 70-minute long CD that accompanies this book is an interview he was working on with Dana in the weeks before her tragic death. They represent a final memorial to this misunderstood and underestimated actress. Dana Plato died on May 8th, 1999. She was only 34, but had lived one of the most publicized and scandalous lives that Hollywood has ever produced. First of all, it wasn't that scandalous, really.
Yeah,
the big scandal was she got pregnant in, I think, the
84.
fifth or sixth season. The fifth or sixth season of Diff'rent Strokes, and much like Lisa Bonet getting pregnant and getting kicked off the Cosby Show a year later, maybe, or 2 years later, they couldn't have this wholesome image if she was pregnant in real life, which they could have written around that easily.
Yeah. I mean, it's a ruthless business. It's not like a regular job where you get maternity leave. She was gone, kicked to the curb.
Literally
gone.
Only
18, 19, was she?
Something like that, yeah. And she, so she basically was off the show, and then she was allowed to come back for some episodes in the final season before they closed it down, and before they canceled it. It says, as a young girl, she appeared in commercials, TV shows, and movies, most notably as cute and perky Kimberly Drummond on TV's Diff'rent Strokes. She fell from Hollywood grace because of drugs and crimes as shocking as armed robbery, like highlighting it with an exclamation mark. The day before her death, Dana appeared on the Howard Stern radio show in New York to promote her extreme appearance at the Expo of the Extreme 2, Michael Hunt's Publishing's 2-day music and art festival. So part of this stupid thing, he was responsible for this. To let the world know that she was back in business. Unfortunately, she was never able to fulfill her destiny, as her life was mysteriously cut short. Just what happened, who knows? But the timeline explained in this limited edition audio CD and mini biography may answer some questions. Listen closely for the next 70 minutes to the exclusive interview and read along to decide what happened for yourself. Judge for yourself.
My God. I mean, this guy makes like David Creef look like Ken Burns, like this is one of the most exploitative things I've ever seen. It's disgusting.
So on the back of the booklet in big print, she looked fine to me, in quotes Howard Stern. And then in big print here, Kimberly Drummond, it's, first of all, it's misspelled, but go figure.
I love that.
Audio suicide note, caught on tape. And then, I can't believe it, I heard that. It was Dana's last breath, radio for men, whatever the fuck that was, the early version of podcast back then. And here the inside, hear Dana Plato's last breath, caught on tape. Feel the pain of her fiance's heart-wrenching call to a friend the night she died. Also included, a timeline of events leading up to her ultimate death, graphic autopsy reports that help you decide what really happened. I mean, was it murder? You be the judge. What a piece of shit.
There's more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It isn't exactly the Boxcar Willie, CD on Time Life collections.
That's one of the most depressingly exploitative things I've ever seen in my life. That is grim beyond belief.
And this is a guy's review on Amazon. If you go through it here, Len's going to read part of an Amazon review from 2012. Check this out.
The CD is kind of laid out in bad fashion. Shane Bugbee was Dana's promoter at the time of her death. I'm not sure if she knew she was being taped, but I doubt it. I don't know if this is normal practice for Shane, and he does it with all his clients for a defense, or he had just gotten a fairly famous one and decided to record her. Either way, it comes off as kind of sleazy. It starts off fairly normal with her talking about an upcoming gig for Shane at a rock event she will be hosting. But by the time the CD spins down, she begins to repeat herself, cry randomly, and never hang up the phone without adding a few more sentences of repetition. I truly felt bad for her. She totally sounded like she was hopped up on something by the end of the talks between her and Shane. And if she wasn't on something, she was at least partially having problems in general. By the time the CD ends, we hear a recording of Dana's then boyfriend that she had passed away. Her boyfriend is crying and trying to explain what happened and how he's at the hospital, etc. He doesn't sound very with it, not like anyone would be during such a bad time. What struck me as odd was that Shane never once said he was sorry, or even sounded the least bit empathetic. It almost sounded like he was annoyed she wasn't doing the show for him now. And that he had lost a client. Putting out the boyfriend's sobs and sadness on the disc was also a whole new level of low, in my opinion.
I'll read the rest there. There's only a little bit left.
God.
Throughout the CD, he speaks of how much he likes her and they are friends and he will be there for her. But as soon as she passed, he seemed not to really not give a crap. It's sad to think that this man marketed a woman's downfall and eventual death for a few bucks. Also, this last breath the CD is named after is because when her boyfriend went to wake her up a few hours before her death, she let out a sigh. This is caught on CD due to Shane being the one asking the boyfriend to wake her up for the phone call. Whether it be her last breath or not is kind of a sleazy way to make your money. What do you think? I mean, this is so. I looked online. There's not like I was looking to get the CD, but I would have, gone the whole 9 yards to get the audio to hear what that person's talking about and see how bad, because you can't, sometimes descriptions do it justice, other times they don't, and maybe it's even worse than they're saying. Yeah. So at the time, I remember specifically she had done a video game and she had done some, softcore porn, which was really like almost like HBO type stuff. It really, Skinamax, that kind of stuff. It really wasn't anything big. But I looked up and I did the math. She was paid, they say she was paid about $18,000 an episode for Diff'rent Strokes, but I don't believe she was making that the whole way through. But I lowballed it and I said, let's say it was 12 average from the time she started to the time she finished an episode. She was in about 125 episodes from the time she was there to the time she finished. And with the inflation calculator, it made it at $12,000 an episode, roughly $7-point-something million. Well,
there's tax on that, or is that after tax or before tax? But yes,
well, that's before taxes. So let's say it was half that amount, just for the sake of argument.
$3 million,
a fair amount of money, even especially for a child star, but not a lot of money when you consider you don't have much of a career and you start living high or you give the money away. She claims the accountant ran off with her money. I've struggled to believe that that's entirely true, but it's also possible in terms of other people. Gary Coleman took his parents to court, and the way they sounded, it sounded like they didn't know what the accountant was doing or didn't care. Like he probably used the money to shut them the fuck up and absconded with the holdings, but he got fucked.
Yeah. I mean, it is really sad because a lot of this, it depends on what the structure was in terms of her personal life.
Yep.
If she had a bad childhood and she had issues and she didn't trust her parents or her parents didn't trust her, and she's getting fired off this show that's defined her life up to that point at the age of 18, 19 while pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very precarious, vulnerable position for someone that age to be in. And it's really no surprise that, she hit the skids, for want of a better expression, because that's a brutal way to it's a brutal position to find yourself in, I think.
Well, think about it. Like, she does the Playboy spread in 89, but she was the last episode she cut on Diff'rent Strokes was 86. So that's not a long time to have to be that desperate for work. But it sounds to me like she might have been, and if she was swindled, then that would absolutely make perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, what would she have done after Diff'rent Strokes anyway? I mean, first of all, she's got a child, but so she's busy. She doesn't have the capacity to work as much. But a lot of I don't see how she would have gone on to do anything. Like, what did the guy go on and what did Gary Coleman didn't go on to do anything?
Not much of anything. He did like bit parts and what have you. I mean, if I go down through as an actress, okay, this is pretty brutal, but okay, so. She did some episodic television up until, she was in Chips, after school specials. She was on The Love Boat 2 episodes, Growing Pains for 1 episode. that was during the time of Diff'rent Strokes. So she was doing odd gigs. But then from 86 to 89, she has nothing but one low budget film, maybe made in Canada, called Prime Suspect. And then nothing until 1992, and a few things. Night Trap is that video game I mentioned. Bikini Beach Race, The Sounds of Silence, again, another probably fly-by-night thing. Maybe some My Little Aliens TV movie. I mean, that's not gonna float your portfolio for a year.
No, it's not.
No.
And what's the game Night Trap? Is that one of these video? Is that one of those games where they have really low quality FMVs in it with the actresses? Or
it was a horror film. Let's see if I can find. Somebody might have done a playthrough on YouTube.
Do you remember those point and click games in the 90s? There was one called Phantasmagoria that had acting in it that was brutal. It was like really vicious. But there was another game that had Margot Kidder in it.
Yes, Ripper with Christopher Walken.
Yeah, and there was another Under a Killing Moon. She was in that as well, and she was drunk while filming it. It's really grim.
Okay, Night Trap, 25th anniversary. Okay,
yeah, that's exactly the type of game I'm thinking. It's got really low quality video and.
Laser guns to fight off the odds.
Okay, hold on. I don't see. I don't know where she appears in this, but let's check that out.
All the traps and surveillance cameras in the house.
That sounds like her there. That's her voice. There she is. That's her.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
But they did this. Burgess Meredith was in that one Ripper that was based on like a modern day, Jack the Ripper, or futuristic anyway. And loads of people. Michael Imperioli was in it. I think I can't remember who else was in it, but quite a few people. And that was becoming a bit of a gimmick for some computer games at the time.
Definitely.
But she was definitely hard up, and she was living in a motorhome when she passed away. And when she came into this interview, do you remember the first time you heard this?
Yes, I remember it would have been around 2002, 2003, around that time, because I wasn't listening
when
to the
file
show
sharing started becoming really
exactly.
Yeah. So we're going to go through the interview itself, guys, and there's lots more to come, but we'll start with this from May 7th, 1999.
His famous num-num joke. Dana Plato appeared on the show Diff'rent Strokes.
Came into our living rooms every week as a little girl. We watched her grow up.
As a child, she was in hundreds of commercials. She was also a champion ice skater before Diff'rent Strokes. She almost went to the Olympics.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
She didn't go because of Diff'rent Strokes. She was busy working. She even won the lead in the film The Exorcist. Her mom wouldn't let her do it. She was discovered by the producers of Diff'rent Strokes when she did The Gong Show and was reported to be making up to $100,000 an episode on Diff'rent Strokes toward the end.
Wow.
And by the way, guys, I know maybe you've heard it on a previous show, but that Gary documentary from last year about Gary Coleman is one of the most depressing and revolting things on the planet when they start interviewing his ex. His wife at the end.
Yeah.
And the way she talks about, I can't really go, like she's on the 911 call and I can't really deal with blood right now, so I can't go near him.
It's just amazing that she got away with it.
It sounds very much like the call Beth would make if Howard broke his head open in the mansion. Like, I don't know. I got a bottle of wine in my way. I can't really do anything.
Definitely a bottle of wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somehow she, I don't know.
Well, she got pregnant at a young age. Got thrown off the show.
Got thrown off the show.
Struggle ever since.
Yeah. So now, the last time we spoke on the phone to her lesbian lover, the lesbian lover was reporting her missing.
And she said she looked terrible and she was near death.
And now she's here.
And that call was, I think, a couple months earlier. Someone called in that they claimed to be her lesbian lover. And Howard goes, well, it sounds like it was her. I don't know. But it didn't involve Dana, so I didn't bother clipping it. I just listened to it. And he's just, they said she's missing, basically. We're looking for her.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go by the comments that Robin and Howard just made there, you know already what type of interview this is going to be. They're not going to talk about, give us some great anecdotes about working on the set, and they want to know about rock bottom. How bad did it get?
Right.
How much money did you lose? How desperate were you? Like, this is
that's his wheelhouse.
That's his wheelhouse. Other people's suffering and luxuriating himself in other people's suffering.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if he went back to this, his show would actually be entertaining.
Yeah, and I tell you, he would have huge ratings.
Massive.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Appearing May 21st and 22nd in Chicago at the Expo of the Extreme.
What's that?
It's a mega concert. It includes Motorhead and Fang. So here is Dana Plato. Looking good.
Doesn't look like she's near death.
Hi, Dana. How you doing? You don't look near death. I look near death, actually.
Right, we look in worse shape.
How are you, Dana?
I'm well, thanks.
Good to see you. Here, get the microphone.
Thanks for having me back.
I heard you were nervous to come in.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, everyone would be nervous. Julia Roberts was nervous.
But why would Dana be nervous? She's been with us before.
Right. So
now, she says that she's been with us before, but I don't remember a time when she was on the show prior to 1999.
Why would Robin say that then? She thinks she's just misremembering.
I think she's misremembering, yes, 100%.
Yeah,
the other thing is, guys,
wouldn't be the first time.
I put out the feelers to Richie Wilson, asking him if there was video of this, and if so, did they just scrub it? I imagine, because I've never seen video of this appearance. I've seen reenactments online of those weird True Hollywood Story type things. You'll never find it anywhere if it did exist, but it seems odd that in 1999 they still very much had a video component to the show. They would make sure they had an interview with Corbin Burnson filmed from 1996 when he was already kind of a has-been, but not Dana Plato, because she is a woman and they would want to see what she looks like. It's something that would be tailor-made for the E! Show.
Yeah. No, I think this Dana Plato interview, I think the weekend which you'll play later when they went back on air, I think, contrary to their demeanor, there was a lot of very panicked phone calls. There was a lot of suppression of, and I think this is one thing that I'd say if you said the words Dana Plato to Howard in an interview, the visual tell would be off the charts. I'd say he'd flinch at just hearing that name. I'd say this was never on Howard TV.
Well, he definitely doesn't want to have that name come up again. The only time you do, and again, it's audio, I didn't bother clipping because it's not pertinent to this, but when her son kills himself about 11 years later, almost 11 years, up to I think it was May of 2010, he killed himself. He had substance abuse. He was like 25. And he just couldn't take, the kid, I'm sure, didn't have a fucking shot. They were living in a motorhome, for fuck's sake. And his mother was just complete addict, a hard addict for years before, and went in such a horrible way. And then the Shane Bugbees of the world doing what they can to David Creef their way into stardom by using some poor ex-celeb's corpse. It's disgusting. It's despicable. And I remember when I heard this interview the first time, I felt really bad for her.
Yeah, but I mean, Howard is no different, Fillmore, to our friend over here, the other guy. What's his name?
Shane.
You just mentioned him. Yeah, Shane. Yeah, it's just Howard is more successful, but his idea and his exploitative nature is no different. But what Howard does quite cleverly is he will carefully let the audience do his bidding, and let other people do his dirty work, so he has plausible deniability, which he's always been quite good at.
But we know from years later, of course, there's video evidence of let's say Will typing in a directive like, so-and-so KC's here. Do you want to see him or not? Yes or no. And he sends, and it's clearly an instant message system that Howard can see on his board. And I don't think for a minute that even in 1999, they didn't have something similar for phone calls. Like pro or against, whatever, someone wants to defend this person, it would be a lot shorter if the message, but he'd get the point across.
There's an unspoken thing there, definitely. Whoever's screening the calls knows the type of calls Howard is going to be interested in and what is going to be picked up on.
Oh yeah.
And if someone's doing that call screening for years, they don't even have to think about it. They'll know which ones hit and which ones don't. So
that's right.
Which ones to put through. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you've been on the show before, right?
Yes, and I remember that quite well.
Yes, you do. So what happened? Have you become a full-blown out lesbian? Or
Well, heck no.
You haven't?
No. This was just a good friend of mine. It's a total misunderstanding.
You guys are not sexual lovers?
No.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know what this girl's... I don't know what's going on with her, really. I feel bad for her. You know, I do.
You're not into lesbianism?
No.
Have you ever tried it?
Well, we've all tried everything, but...
No, the other thing that just occurred to me, maybe during the junket when she was promoting her Playboy thing, she might have gone on Stern in 89. Because she was on Arsenio in 89. And that's an interview that's so scattered. I've got clips of that we'll play. Again, she seems manic on some type of drug, but it also could be part her personality and the other part whatever stimulant she needs to get through it.
Yeah, it is quite hard. It's hard to know. I think with someone like this, there's probably a lot of nerves, and there's probably a lot of anxiety that's even just from years of substance abuse. So it's hard sometimes to work out whether this person is under the influence or just, carrying the wages of 20 years of being out of it.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, that is true.
I've squatted the fence a few times, but...
Right. But you've never, so why is this girl...
I'm engaged to be married.
Are you really?
Yes,
To who?
To a man named Mr. Robert Menchaca, a wonderful man.
And where did you meet him? Here in Manhattan?
No, I met him in Oklahoma City.
White guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, my weight comes is Hispanic.
Oh, he's Hispanic?
Yes.
I see. So you are engaged. Yes. Well, this might be the answer to all your problems, actually.
What do you mean?
Well, she could have a man supporting her. You sit home, get fat.
Then he could call in.
He can call in and scream as you take half his money. Is it true you made over $100,000 an episode on Diff'rent Strokes?
At one time, yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Wow, Jesus Christ. She says that, but I still don't buy it. Maybe near the end, like when they were really hitting steam.
Yeah, like when did it got cancelled in '86? I'm sure the last season it wasn't pulling in. It must have dropped. The ratings must have dropped. So I don't know whether it's probably 2 seasons before the end.
I looked it up near the I think to get her back, she probably did she had a couple of guest spots like when she had the kid, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it was still pulling like a 10 share. In its final year, and I think it was 15. So it was still doing reasonably well, although for 80s numbers, that really isn't that great. These days, they'd kill for that fucking number.
Of course, yeah.
And I think by that point, it's less about, it's more about staying afloat, and keeping advertisers happy enough with the product as opposed to, reaching newer audiences because you're gone as far as you're going to go. And at that point, they're all about, this is easy. It's a turnkey operation. Let's keep going.
Do you remember Diff'rent Strokes from when you were a kid?
Yeah.
When it was on TV?
Yeah, we watched it. The most notable episodes I can remember, obviously, Mr. T was on one time, somewhere between the A-Team and Rocky 3. He was on.
Huge.
Yeah, and they made Gary Coleman into Mr. T, like Junior. Of course, if we could make him a mini. I remember Dice Clay was on Diff'rent Strokes as Crazy Larry, a bully, he was bullying Willis.
I must go back and watch. I've probably seen that because it was shown over here in the late 80s, 89, 90, and the whole thing was shown, and I loved it.
Let's see if I can find it. There's an appearance. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I think that's him. Okay, hold on.
There you.
Okay, hold on.
Forget about that chick, Lindsay. I'm in love with your sister.
Look, just stay away from me. You're disgusting. Marry me?
Nice going, Dad. You do any more fixing, you'll be bouncing little crazies on your knee.
Diff'rent Strokes, Monday at 4:30 on TV5.
So, I mean, Dice got his start, I think, on MASH, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Yeah. He's
That's
a good
how far
actor,
back.
Dice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a lot better than he gets credit for. It's unfortunate that it's just become this cookie cutter thing. But at any rate, it's possible during that time she did get 100,000, but that even still that would be a massive amount of money with the inflation calculator if you figure it out later on.
I don't know her family story, whether her parents kind of got a lot of the money, and I don't know.
Put in a quote trust.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Meaning the Vegas slots.
Exactly.
A lot of money.
Yeah, really.
Where'd all that money go?
Yeah, is it gone?
Yeah, well, I had after my mother passed away and my husband left all in the same week.
Right.
And I had no clue what to do with myself. You know, I didn't know everyone ran everything for me.
Right.
I didn't realize what I was doing, but I had signed over a power of attorney.
To who?
An accountant.
And what did the accountant spend all your money?
He somehow liquidated it to himself. He took it.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you sue him?
We couldn't find him. He left with about $11 million $11 million of other people's money also.
Wow.
And we looked for him for a long time, and, well, he
just disappeared.
The authorities cannot find this man.
Well, not so far. It's been years.
I don't believe this.
Yeah.
How is that possible? The authorities can find anybody. That's a lot of money.
No, but people do erase themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, and he did.
I'm looking to do that to myself.
No.
So other celebrities lost over $11 million combined?
No, I don't know about celebrities, but...
All of his clients.
Yeah.
And all of your money was gone?
Yeah, but that's how I lost it all, yes. And then I had a small stash. I had about $125,000 stashed, which I still have stashed. And
It sounds a little too implausible that she'd have any money, that she has that much money left, but not the rest.
Yeah. I mean, it does sound plausible that the guy ran off with all the money. I think back in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, it was a lot easier to disappear than it is now because there's just too many digital traces of people now. It's very difficult to completely disappear.
Do you know that there was a guy that managed Kiss? He was actually Paul Stanley's psychiatrist. He convinced Gene, don't ask how, to take over the finances, and he absconded with a lot of their money to somewhere like Costa Rica or somewhere. Well, they couldn't find him. They found him years later, and of course they never got their money back. But it makes perfect sense. This guy was a major player in Paul Stanley's life, and he talked about him at length, and then and it makes me think like. If this is like Gene Simmons is a pretty good, smart businessman, even though they did go bankrupt pretty much by the end of the 70s, and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But it wouldn't take much for someone less savvy, like a Dana Plato at the time, maybe getting narcotics, up the yin yang, to be fleeced like that.
Yeah. So when did Kiss get swindled?
It would have been sometime in the late 80s. Like they were treading water in the early 80s and sort of, propped up hits here and there, but basically treading water the whole time. And then sometime around the late 80s, he was made their financial guru or whatever. And he fucked off. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no loss of innocent life here. Fuck them.
No, well, maybe that explains why Gene these days kind of makes money by, selling worn pairs of his underwear and things like that. No
kidding. Yeah, the vault experience. Fuck off.
I will not touch.
Right. Now, when you were, the last time I saw you were, I'm trying to think, when you did the Playboy spread.
Yeah.
All right. The Diff'rent Strokes thing ended, did the Playboy spread. And then then the last thing I read was that you'd robbed a video store or something, right?
You went to jail for a little while.
Right.
Oh, well, hell yeah, I'm a bad criminal. Heck, I turned myself in.
Right. You did.
I'm not good at that criminal thing.
It really shocked me because you could have gotten away with it. You turned yourself in.
Turned myself in. I can't live with that kind of thing. I'm not about that.
You're not. You just got crazed from the drugs? Is that it?
No. Really what it was just being very lost. I was lost.
You were lost.
Completely. I had no...
Yeah, I mean, it was just...
I think she's half right. We know it was most likely drugs and desperation, but I do agree with her. She probably was lost. But one thing I also forgot was around, it was in that True Hollywood story, which again we'll play some clips of later in the subsequent episodes. Wayne Newton bailed her out at some point.
That's right.
It was a video store, not a 7-Eleven, and she used a pellet gun, like a BB gun, to hold up the teller. And the teller, the way she explained it, was like, I wasn't scared. I was just, I can't believe this is actually happening.
Yeah, because the teller rang the cops and said, Kimberly from Diff'rent Strokes.
It's like Screeched by Saved by the Bell came in and jerked off on the furniture. I mean,
Pee Wee Herman in the movie theater. Yeah.
You got it exactly. Like, couldn't you give him some butter for his popcorn? I don't like that. With that kind of stuff, you didn't hear so much from kids from the 70s. Like a lot of the earlier child actors, they did reasonably well with their finances. It depends who it was. Like Danny Bonaducci was clawing and scratching for a long time too. It makes me wonder why somebody like David Cassidy didn't go completely broke. He might have almost been broke by the time he died. He did. It was a pretty sordid ending because of his alcoholism.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a tale as old as time itself, isn't it? You can go all the way back to Judy Garland, and then even these days, you look at someone like Justin Bieber, you know, and these people who are from a very young age are exploited or taken advantage of. They rarely come away unscathed. You can count the well-adjusted child actors on, one hand, because the well-adjusted ones are usually the ones who aren't successful anymore.
The well-adjusted ones like Jason Hervey, who was managing Scott Baio.
Yeah, but do you know who I was reading about recently? Was the actor who played Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, Charlie in the original movie.
Right.
He never did anything in front of a camera again after that, and he ended up being a dentist, I think.
Perfect.
Now I'm sure he is an extremely well-adjusted, guy. I think if he had been shopped around by eager parents all through his teens and had to go through all sorts of disappointment, he would have ended up, in some crack house at 26. And who knows? But it just
like the guy from Alf. The dad?
Yeah, Like it's show business is not conducive to good mental health and
isn't.
Well-being. It just isn't. Never will be.
And this is an example right here.
Videos, wasn't it?
It's called videos. You didn't even steal cash, did you? Did you steal any cash?
That is great. It's the videos, man. It's the videos.
Right. Did you steal any cash?
No. Well, yes, I did. It was funny too because when I walked into the store, I was very calm about it, and she was on the phone with her boyfriend in jail.
Right.
You're not going to believe who was in my store robbing me. Dana Plato from Diff'rent Strokes.
Wow.
It was so.
It's exciting.
I mean, when I look back on it, it's funny. It really is.
Yeah, beautiful breasts, by the way.
So she's saying that the cashier had her boyfriend on the phone. No, she called the cops, Mrs.
Yes, she did.
So she's downplaying the event like it was no big deal, but it was a massive deal, and it was a huge news story, even in my small hometown. Like, it was definitely news. We didn't get it on TV, but it was in the newspaper, and I thought, oh man, you can't in your mind, like I would have been, I'm saying 19 or something, and I'm thinking, you were on a hit TV show. There should be no reason for any of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's interesting here is this interview by this stage, I was just about to say it's going quite well for her. It's not, it hasn't really kicked off. But just as I was going to say, I just hear Howard, as you paused, and said, "You have beautiful breasts," by the way, which is just it's a great Howardism from that time.
From the days when he was a fake hetero.
Yeah, but I think she's clearly trying. I think she spent all her life trying to
explain,
gloss over, and just kind of minimize these things, both to herself and to other people.
Yes,
she's quite 100%. Good at it. Yeah.
Have I ever told you that? They're nice.
Thank you.
They're very nice.
You've embarrassed her.
No, that's not embarrassing. Women love to hear that.
For what?
They love to know they have nice cans.
For what?
Don't you think? Yeah, that's a nice thing to say, isn't it?
Thank you.
Of course. I remember I saw your cans. You did that movie. It was kind of like it was more than R-rated. It was like kind of X-rated.
Well, you know what happened there?
No.
Well, here I was going to do a bad B movie, right?
Right.
I had a love scene with a woman. Our nipples touched. It went X.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Doesn't that just go with my life?
Yes.
And
so you made love to a woman on screen.
But in a movie. It's a movie type thing.
Right. Yeah.
I think the title, we were talking about bad porn titles. This wasn't even porn, really. It was softcore. And I think they called it Diff'rent Strokes, the story of Jack and Jill. and the other thing is when she posed for Playboy, you know who else posed for Playboy after starring in a film with Schwarzenegger? Sharon Stone. Uh-huh. Sharon Stone hit and that was a huge hit. So you would have thought, okay, well, if she had real, basically there was a time when people thought if you went in Playboy, that could sell you to a bunch of agents in Hollywood, whatever. But for somebody like Kimberly, like the minute you go for Playboy, you've ruined any kind of a possibility of doing family-friendly stuff, which is what she was known for.
Exactly, yeah. And so was it Total Recall, the movie that was
1990, like the year later, like and Playboy was always doing that, offering starlets.
No, the Sharon Stone movie.
Sharon Stone was right after Total Recall, 1990.
Yeah.
She did Basic Instinct a year later, 1991. It was a massive hit, but she was a lot older by then, and like she was clearly, not an ingenue. And what was the line I heard about Sharon Stone was, if she can get into the room, she'll close the deal.
Wow. She's great in Casino. Brilliant in that.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. She used to talk about it like it was her one shining glory, and it kind of was.
It's a great, she just, I felt so, that relationship and De Niro and with the dodgy boyfriend, I mean, it just felt very
James Woods, so good.
It just felt very authentic to me.
Oh yeah,
when I was watching it the first time, it just felt real. Yeah,
sheets and all, but our nipples touched.
Right.
So it went X.
It went X. Wow.
So now I'm a porn star.
Right. So that made you a porn star.
Yeah, exactly. But they invited me to the porn convention.
Yeah. Yes.
I thought that'd be a kick, so I said, why not? I just got a kick out of that. That just tickled me to death.
Would you ever consider doing porn?
No.
You would not. That's something you weren't into.
No, I'm not ready to cross that line.
I see.
No.
Had she lived and OnlyFans existed, she would have been doing OnlyFans at that point.
Yeah, but probably making a good decent scratch from it. I mean, OnlyFans seems to be quite lucrative.
Oh, now it is. Yeah, absolutely. Since it's become. And who was the one from The Sopranos? Dre DeMatteo, the one who played Adriana?
Yeah.
Christopher's girlfriend.
She's on there?
Yeah, she's on there. And she's making quite a bit of scratch off it, supposedly. But I'm thinking, when you have to do that, you're out of the business.
Oh, you're gone. No, you're gone.
Yeah.
No, you're gone. I mean, you've made a decision there. You've reached the crossroads, and you've been told, if you go down this way, it's a one-way ticket. And you've gone, do you know what? I'll do that. I don't care. I've had 15 years of failed auditions. Yeah. You've crossed the Rubicon. You've had 15 years of failed auditions, and you've no money, and you just go, fuck it. Fuck it. That's what you do. Yep. But we've said this before, and I'm always struck by this, how times change, because, we're desensitized now to a lot of graphic material, but we are now living in a time where words are under serious scrutiny and intent and all that. So Howard could never say the things he's saying now, where you've got lovely breasts and all this. Like, just say that. You get in. He's not going to go to prison for it, but he could get into serious kind of, there could be like cancellation threats on him. But back then, you could say that, but also all this like two nipples touching was shocking. You know what I mean? That was absolutely shocking. Whereas now, I mean, Jesus Christ, without wanting to go into it, I looked at my phone earlier and I saw a guy getting shot. Yeah. And I'm like, I almost, now it's graphic, but we're almost used to seeing like horrific things now visually.
Yes.
But it's bizarre how times change.
But what you're saying, like, honestly, it's more shocking what's being said as opposed to what's being seen.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's switched around completely.
Very odd.
Right. So okay.
So what have you been doing?
So wait a second. So when this woman when this woman called me on the phone, this woman who said she was your lover.
Yes.
And she was in the Inquirer as well.
Those pictures, those pictures in the Inquirer?
Yes.
I'll tell you something about that.
Yeah.
We never once took a picture together. I don't know where she got those photos. I was in a hotel. I had left her. And how she got those, I have no clue. That was a total invasion of privacy.
She said she was nervous about you, that you were crazed.
She's trying to make herself look real good.
All right, so have you been in psychotherapy? Have you been on any medication or anything like that?
I have been sober for the longest time.
Really?
Oh, it's over a decade now.
No kidding?
No joke.
So you weren't doing any crack or anything with her?
Hell no.
No.
And people weren't coming to try to find you, to pick you up and get you into rehab?
Oh, they can all bite me.
Really? I'll bite you. So you're telling me that this whole story in the Inquirer is a complete fabrication?
It's no joke. Yes, it is.
But you lived with her?
Yes, I did.
You did?
She was my roommate.
Okay. Yeah, it's really tough because I remember the first time I listened to this, I go, she definitely sounds like she's on something unless she's one of these really hyper people, which I've known all my life. You kind of 5 minutes with them is plenty for the rest of the year. But But the denials, the constant, like the sort of, oh no, I knew her. Oh yeah, we lived together. Oh, all this. She's going back and forth. I have no doubt now in my advanced years that she was definitely on something to get her through this, but that there was going to be a crash, and the crash was when the callers started haranguing her.
Yeah, I'd say there's definitely nerves in there as well. That's probably making her speak fast. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, God, it's kind of tragic to think what is going to happen here.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes.
But you were not lovers.
No.
So when she was screaming, "Where is Dana? I want to find her. I need Dana Plato."
Yeah, so she can kick my butt again, maybe.
Did she kick your butt?
Oh, she did. That's why I left her.
You left her because she kicked your butt.
Yes, she sure did.
Right. And when you say left her, you mean you sound like almost like a lover of hers.
I left. No, I left the situation. I left.
Right. You removed yourself from the situation.
Yes, I left all my things and just left.
And that's it. And you moved to New York.
No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, you did? Everyone thought you were in New York because you were spotted being in New York.
Oh, I've been missing for a long time. So
right,
yeah.
Right.
No.
And when you moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was no drug use? There was nothing like that?
No, I had been clean and sober for over a decade.
And so you haven't touched...
Oh, fuck. It's amazing. You know what this just reminded me of? 13 years ago, the whole Tiger Blood, Charlie Sheen shit, because that documentary is now making the rounds. Kayla and I are planning to do some coverage of that Charlie Sheen doc, which is just bullshit. I'm sure a lot of it, but he's such a train wreck. It might be amusing for some of the audience. And he was clearly fucked up, Charlie Sheen. Yes. I told a friend I'd buy you tickets because he was playing Massey Hall in Toronto. He was on tour doing speaking engagements, and I said, I know you're not a fan, but I would love for you to go there to see the train wreck.
Yeah,
and he wasn't able to. He wasn't able to, and he made shitloads of money off of that too.
Oh, yeah, he did. But I remember seeing footage of that, and he came out, and there was no plan to anything. Chuck Zito was involved, if I recall correctly.
I think so.
Chuck Zito, yeah. But, I mean, Charlie Sheen, I think he's got himself together now. But, I mean, as the old saying goes, it's all fun and games until you get AIDS. And I think that's what happened to Charlie. I don't think it's full-blown. I think it's HIV, but...
And he's kind of casually tossing off on Good Morning America. Yeah, when I got drunk, when I got high, I had sex with men, and and it's no big deal. Like,
winning.
Anything.
No.
So why did it say in the Inquirer that you were needed for rehab? You think that this person was just lying?
I know she was.
Really?
It's very sad to me because I really think she has a problem. I do. She's got a big problem. Didn't
she also say that Dana ran off with some of her stuff?
Yeah, and she said you ran off with her stuff, but you're saying all lies. You're denying all of that.
I really am. I have nothing against Jennifer at all.
Right.
Nothing. In fact, I'd like to see her get some help.
I see. So you're claiming she needs help, not you.
I'm not really claiming anything. It's just that it's a bad situation. I really have no clue how all that came about. Maybe it's because she did want me and I didn't know it.
Now, because the story's coming back to me now that she said that she had been sober and you were threatening her sobriety because of your usage.
Hello.
And you're saying that's completely false.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I'm not here to say, I'm God or I'm saint. No.
Right.
What it sounds to me it's sordid, of course, but the girlfriend, if it was a girlfriend or whatever the fuck, drug companion, the only reason the story gets in the National Enquirer back then is if you have a story to sell and they give you money for that. And something like that, I'm sure they'd give her like $1,000 or something back in the the heyday of the Enquirer in the 80s. Or the mid 90s or whatever. That would be worth a certain amount, but not too much.
Yeah, as soon as you put different strokes and lesbian in the same sentence, you're going to sell copies.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah.
I'm here to say that.
Okay.
About me. But you're here to say what? That you're just living your life.
I'm living my life.
And how are you supporting yourself now?
Oh, I still work.
You do? What do you do?
I do films. I've been doing some bad B movies.
Right.
I'd like to get back into my singing.
I see.
And stuff like, and I'm also modeling.
And you hear from these, what kind of modeling?
Well, just some modeling.
Nude modeling?
No.
No?
No.
What do you mean modeling?
Well, I've done 2 ads for Victoria's Secret.
Really?
Yeah, and I've done...
In lingerie?
Yeah, because I'm short.
Yes.
It's more things like catalogs and stuff like that.
Wow. Wow.
Beth could take some hints. Big supermodel. Oh, Lord.
Wow. All right, so
she looks great.
This is a whole different...
We were told that you were like a bag lady who was near death's door.
Thank you. I'll always be a bag lady, Always. I'm a bag lady at heart. Always. Always got a bag of something.
Wow, well, this is quite a comeback. And you wear a bikini in these lingerie ads?
Yeah, or little stuff,
Yeah, you got a good body, right? Because you were obviously a skater. I didn't know you were an Olympic skater.
Oh, well, I made it on the Nationals. I placed in Nationals, made it on the team, and then got different strokes. My mom made the choice for me.
Why did your mom not let you be the lead in The Exorcist?
Or Pretty Baby.
Yeah, why?
Oh, it was a good choice, I think.
Exorcist?
Yeah, I think it was a good choice.
You do?
Yes.
It was a great movie. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
Well, look how she's been typecast.
Well, yes, but so what?
Yeah, Linda Blair. Christ's sake, I don't know what she did after The Exorcist. Yeah. And Pretty Baby was the Louis Malle film. It was very controversial. I think Brooke Shields was cast in that in the end. And it didn't really affect her because she went into more modeling, I think, after the fact, and not so much TV and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on how many cards you have up your sleeve.
So what was the kid from the Poltergeist movies who died? Remember there was a kid who died, the blonde-haired girl that was in...
Heather Donahue was her name, I believe.
Right. Was it?
I think. Hold on. Let me make sure of that. Heather O'Rourke. Heather Donahue is the one from Blair Witch Project, I think. Yeah, it was Heather O'Rourke who died. She had some intestinal blockage or something, and basically died of sepsis, I think, more or less.
God, age 12.
It was really horrible the way they shoot.
That's horrible.
It says, she became ill with giardiasis, which she contracted from well water. She was using cortisone injections to treat the disease. She had, congenital stenosis of the intestine complicated by septic shock. Oh Christ, it was awful. She had basically infection, from obstructed bowels. Yeah.
So a lot, because I remember as a kid, a lot of people were always saying, "Oh, it was because of the movies," and she was haunted, and it was, that was the thing in the 80s. Back then, satanic things in the 80s were huge. You'd people claiming that Judas Priest were making kids shoot themselves and all that type of thing.
Right.
Which was sorry.
Yeah, no. There was also blinds constantly being thrown out about Hollywood elite, having these parties, and she was on one of them, like underage kids where they'd fuck them on stage, and like these directors and stuff would have at these kids, and under the guise of auditions, and that she got perforated internally by some of these fucking directors, and that's how. I mean, there's somebody willing out there to write anything. About anything. And not to say that I don't think there are some deviant assholes in Hollywood, but this one I think would be a little hard to cover up even back then.
Sorry, folks, an episode has taken an even more darker turn.
We'll talk about Vic Morrow next.
Yeah.
And the two underage actors that John Landis should have gone to jail for.
That's a great story. That's a great story.
Fucking hell.
That's shocking.
When I remember, like if you, it's really gross, but if you pause the frames of the explosion in the Twilight Zone movie, you can actually see the separation of the bodies, like from the rotor of the helicopter.
Well, someone said that, I remember reading it sometime. It was filmed Northern California, and they had these two kids who didn't even have work permits, and it was all really dodgy. And so the director was the guy, Howard Landis, and who was known for cutting corners and just being ruthless,
Oh, yeah.
But someone said that they ran into the water when the helicopter, and they reached down and they pulled out Vic Morrow's torso.
Yes.
It's like absolutely mind-blowing stuff. And, and you can hear, if you watch the video, you can hear, I think it's like John Landis going, "Okay, God, that's
a print."
You had to rap, yeah.
Let's take
everyone
5,
go
everybody.
home. Yeah, let's. Yeah. Get the afternoon, the evening off.
As a result, he never really got work again outside of what crumbs Eddie Murphy threw him. I think he hired him to direct Beverly Hills Cop 3, I think. And then he claims John Landis kind of abused him on the set until Eddie threw him up against the wall and said, "Look, motherfucker, you're not working here unless I say so." And it's in his Playboy interview from the late 80s. Eddie was quite forthright about it. Yeah, he said that motherfucker, I wanted to punch him, and I would have paid the money to punch him out, and I should have.
Yeah, well, he did do. Let me see. I'm just looking there. Like when I was a kid, he did the Three Amigos. He directed that.
Blues Brothers.
He directed Blues Brothers. Do you know what one I watch every Christmas and I do really enjoy is Trading Places.
Yeah,
I used to find that very funny. When I was a kid, I loved it.
Yeah,
but yeah, you can see it. It dries up very much, and once you get to after coming to America.
Yeah. Then there's was it American Werewolf in London or something like that? No, that isn't it. It was something else. Something about vampires. Don Rickles was in it.
American Werewolf in London, yeah.
Oh my! I can't remember if it was Landis, but then he also directed He directed Rickles' Mr. Warmth, the documentary, and that was, I'm sure, because he didn't have any other work to do.
Oh, did he do that? Yeah. There's also Blues Brothers 2000, which is
fucking heinous. Fucking Jesus.
Doesn't have to be you. You still could have gotten Diff'rent Strokes.
Pretty Baby didn't hurt Brooke Shields.
No, she's doing fine.
Sure, no, I was too young, though. You know, I was just too young.
So you're saying, well, let me get a tissue here because I have to.
You're crying.
I'm crying over this. This is very sad. Excuse me, 1 minute. I don't want to be snotting during the interview. So then you moved to Texas and you met some guy. Is that it? This is the guy you're engaged to?
Yes, Robert. Oh, he's wonderful. Oh, he's just fabulous.
A rich guy?
No, it doesn't matter about money. You know, wealth to me is in the heart.
Well, he's got a nice diamond ring on you there. He must have some dough. What does he do?
He takes good care of me. He manages my career.
No, I'm saying, well, he's a manager. He's managing you.
He manages me. He was in traffic control. And
traffic control?
Right.
A cop?
Yeah.
You mean he helps school crossings?
No, build bridges and stuff like that. The highway.
Oh, I see.
Like an engineer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now he manages my career.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's not doing too much, right? Because, I mean, you know, how hard is it to manage your career? You just book something into...
No, see, I can't do my own. Because I don't want to be the bad guy, because I like to work with the people on a friendly level.
I see. So let him handle the business.
Right.
I see. Well, what do you know about that?
How long have you known this guy?
About 6 months.
6 months and you're engaged?
It sounds like
I'm starting to unravel here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because you just listening to this, you can tell that she's being that's economical with the truth here. And
that's a good.
That's
a good way. She's being conservative with the truth.
Yeah, lying by omission, I think, is the other word of putting it.
Yeah, liberal with the good vibes, but conservative with the truth. Now the thing is. The guy that fathered her child, I can't remember his name, Lonnie something, or I can't remember exactly.
He was a guitar player, wasn't he? He was like he was played for some band.
It wasn't Lonnie Youngblood, I know that.
no, it was some band called Bullet, and he had a big mullet. He's the guy.
Let's see. Hold on.
Lenny Lambert.
Lenny Lambert, that's it. Okay.
There we go.
All right. Lenny Lambert, yeah. It says married 1984, divorced 1990. The other guy, in the mid-90s that she married was the one that didn't last a year, Scott Atkins. He was the one that I don't think he was the one that fathered the kid. Because the kid was 25, so clearly it was, in 1984, that was the one pregnancy, yeah. So Lanny was the father. I don't know whatever happened to him. But, look what you missed out on, buddy.
Jesus Christ. Lanny looks like someone who would have been in Night Ranger, a band like that. Or
Perfect.
Rat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Managing your career?
He treats me like a goddess. He's beautiful to me.
Did you sign power of attorney?
No.
No. Okay.
Hell no.
All right.
Never again.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Watch him closer than you watch the accountant. Why not? Listen.
Oh, no, I don't.
Him you trust.
He's beautiful, no.
You like him. All right. And a young guy? How old a guy is this guy?
He's 28. I'm lucky. I know. I still got it, baby.
And what are you, about 34 or so?
Yeah, 34.
34? You got a 28-year-old.
Boy, but it's just amazing how those Diff'rent Strokes kids always wind up in the newspaper. We thought Gary Coleman would only wind up in the newspaper because of his illness, and now he's been to trial because of his
Can I please say something?
Yeah, let's hear something.
Could he have reached that woman? No.
You don't think he could beat her up?
Come on. Did you see the size of that woman?
Yeah, she's very tall.
Thank you very much.
Right.
It's not in his nature to do that.
I see. You know him very well.
Yes, it's not at all.
Are you in touch with these guys at all, or is it all over between the three of you?
Well, we speak. No, I still speak with everybody.
Right.
Last time I saw something on television about Todd saying I wanted to get help, and it's like I'm thinking, help? What? How? Yeah, to get work, maybe.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But other than that, my life is so good. I've never been happier.
Oh fuck! If you read, and I did read Todd Bridges' guys, it's actually kind of inspirational the way he turned out, because he really had a rough go of it. And amongst some of the gossip is that he got his first blowjob from Kimberly while they were on the set.
Well, that's nice. That's a nice little story.
He said she was more knowledgeable about sex than I was, but he was molested, like he was sexually abused. His father was a nightmare. He had 2 older siblings, and they did whatever they could to protect him, but they couldn't do a whole lot, and he really had a rough go of it. So, and there's a clip from Vlad TV we'll play for the second part.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really, and they all looked up to Conrad Bain, the guy who played the father, because they said he was more of a father to most of them than their actual parents.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a shame that for Dr. Drew that he wasn't around back then, because he could have made an entire season out of these three
Celebrity
kids.
Rehab.
Oh yeah, and filmed all their. Yeah, he could have really wrung every drop out of the 3 of them.
Well, and what was the one I already suggested? Next, he'll have Celebrity Funeral.
Celebrity Autopsy, Celebrity Funeral.
Celebrity Autopsy. Well, they've already done that. That one, the Autopsy show, the last 24 hours of whoever. You've seen that series?
You said it to me, and I burst out laughing because I thought you were joking.
No.
No, there's a Celebrity Autopsy.
There is. And the one guy, he did the Dana Plato one, the one that, that's, it's definitely got an E vibe to it. It's like, we can't confirm for a fact that it was exactly the way as prescribed, but we can, he does that really soft shuffle kind of, I'm harmless, guys. I'm the pussy in this. I'm just going to tell you the facts. Nothing, no jive, no shuck. And I won't profit off of this. Meanwhile, he's got probably a piece in the back end, that fucker.
I know, but again, this show, Celebrity Autopsy, is just some guy going in, watching videos and guessing what was happening. Isn't that it? Whereas,
he does eventually get like the actual autopsy reports, the documents to tell you what, like, this is what the autopsy revealed. But from what my, years later, we know that this causes this and blah, 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 and whatever.
Okay,
so,
right.
Yeah.
But it's not like the book Coroner, which is like a first-hand, an actual coroner, celebrity coroner. That guy. Remember the book? Who's that guy?
Noguchi.
Yeah, because he did he did like Marilyn Monroe and
JFK.
A lot of the JFK and who else? That actor,
Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood and the actor, the 2 that were intertwined. So it was Natalie Wood's boyfriend was Robert Wagner, her husband.
Yeah.
And Stephanie Powers was with Stephanie Powers from Heart to Heart.
Yeah.
She was with the guy from Network. Natalie Wood and this guy died within 2 weeks of each other. It was bizarre.
Who was
bizarre
that?
Coincidence. The actor from Network, the guy in that who was in a relationship with Stephanie Powers, right, from Heart to Heart. Stephanie Powers was also with Robert Wagner. Natalie Wood and Stephanie Powers' partners both died within 2 weeks of each other at the same time.
I did not know that. Let me see.
Yeah, so if you look up Network,
let me just go right in there.
Incredible coincidence.
Stephanie Powers. Okay, let's go in there. All right. She was, what does it say? William Holden. William Holden, of course. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Spouses. She was married to Gary Lockwood? I did not know that. Wow. 1981. You're right. Same year.
Yeah. No, it was within 2 weeks, Fillmore.
Yeah.
So he died in November of 81. And let me see, Natalie Wood died in November of 81. They died within 2 weeks. He died on the 11th, she died on the 29th. So it's so they had to go back onto Heart to Heart. The 2 stars of Heart to Heart having that happen.
Well, it says here, I can't remember where I read this, but someone said there was a product called the William Holden drinking helmet. Because he hit his head while drunk, and then the body was found 4 days later. What a horrible fucking ending.
Oh, the book is phenomenal, that book, Coroner book, because the detail you get is that, you know, there was an open box of Kleenex all strewn over the bed with loads of them with blood all over them. So clearly when he did fall, he was able to get up and he was trying to he didn't get knocked out cold.
No.
But
he suffered, though.
But apparently by the time they'd showed it 4 days later, it's in the book, folks. I'm not going
to... I hate to ask, but are there photos?
No, but there's talk of the maggots and all that type of stuff.
Well, I've seen like if anybody's seen the Chris Farley death photos, they're shockingly awful. Like they're really just. I mean, ultimately, we're all humans. This would happen to any of us if we went the same way. But you can't unsee those pictures.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
they're as bad as I've seen. I think there's some bad ones out there. The JFK ones are bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, let's take a couple of phone calls. We are talking to Dana Plato. She is going to be in Chicago at the Expo of the Extreme, which is a mega concert including Motorhead and Fang. And if you need more info, call the Expo hotline at 314-409-3600. What are you going to do at this concert?
I'm not quite sure, but doesn't it just go with all the controversy?
Right.
You know?
So you're going to just show up and introduce some of the bands? Is that it?
Sure.
You don't even know what you're going to be doing there.
Not quite, but I'm there.
Right. You're just going to go there paying you, and why not?
I really love this man, Shane. He's wonderful. He's been very good to me.
He's the promoter?
Yes, he is.
I see.
Yes.
He asked you to appear there. All right.
And I guess I'll be signing autographs and introducing,
some of the bands. Okay. Yes,
hopefully
Todd.
I get to sing with them.
Todd, you're on the air.
I don't think you'd be saying that, Dana, if you didn't knew what he'd be releasing probably a day later.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fucking dirtbag.
This is not Todd Bridges, is it? Todd?
Yeah.
Are you Todd Bridges?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, ask your question of Dana.
Hi, Todd.
Get this girl out of here. She's a has-been.
Oh, please.
Come on. She just needs to admit that she's an ex-druggie, ex-con, lesbian with mental health problems.
So that's your impression of her?
Yeah.
Well, she denies that she's a lesbian.
I don't deny anything.
She's trying to resurrect her career.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Trying to make some money again.
No, excuse
There's
me.
nothing wrong with that if you're honest.
I'm honest. I am a drug addict, alcoholic. I am always in recovering. Okay,
Right.
I am recovering. Alcoholic,
You're an
drug addict.
alcoholic, ex-con, lesbian with mental health problems.
Have you ever done...
Oh, do you know this for sure, sir?
Absolutely not.
Okay, then how can you make those accusations?
Yeah, really, that's a little tough, isn't it, don't you think?
Why is everybody so tough? What have you ever done, Tom?
I am very, very honest about who I am, who I've been, who I will be, who I am now.
Doesn't sound like it.
Oh, okay, well, I'm sorry to offend you,
right,
sir. I
well,
really am
Todd-
very sorry. Have a nice day.
Todd and you have a problem, I think.
Yeesh.
Probably take that up off
Really,
the air.
Todd, I'm sorry if I've offended you at all.
Joe, you're on the air. Go ahead with Dana Plato. Yes.
Hi, Dana.
Hey.
I was just wondering, I mean, you sound a little wired on the radio. I don't know if it's just being 8 o'clock in the morning and all, but I know you say you're recovering for 10 years and all, but it just sounds like you're really speedy.
Why don't you ask everyone around here, do I look high?
Did already.
Well, exactly. And you can hear Howard he's trying to stifle his kind of laughing, but he's loving that. So these callers are saying exactly what he has in his mind and wants to say, but knows he can't.
Big time.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and she doesn't, but at the same time, she sounds sort of endearing in a way. Like she doesn't seem like an evil-hearted person in the business. That's the one thing it's one thing when these people are dirtbags like Charlie Sheen or Corey Feldman, and you just, the kind of, if certain people that if they passed away, you really wouldn't give a fuck. But then as opposed to juxtapose that with that John Candy documentary that's coming out, and I know people are going to be out honor bound to watch it who love John Candy because they loved him so much. It just gives them more to love.
Yeah, I watched the trailer and it's tough going, that trailer. But he was the exception to the rule. I mean, he's rare, John Candy. I mean, for every John Candy, there's
100 Corey Feldmans.
20 James Belushis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no kidding.
James Belushi is one of the most notorious pricks in Hollywood, isn't he?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look. You do? She does, Jackie?
Her eyes are the size of about 50.
Oh, they are?
Well,
Oh, no.
I don't know. You know what? I'm bad at telling if somebody's high. I'm not copping out here.
Right.
You don't really look high to me, but then again, Jackie doesn't. I know he is. Yeah. Do you think Dana looks high?
No, the consensus out here, I don't know that she's high, but she does seem a little wired. Maybe that's just her personality.
I think she's excited.
I'm very nervous.
She's excited. I don't think you look high. I really don't. You seem pretty clear.
Just from the radio, it sounds like she's just really, really speedy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always naive about this stuff. People, I'll meet, Jimi Hendrix, and I think he looks pretty good.
Yeah, but everybody thinks we're on drugs.
Yeah, that's true, too.
You guys aren't on drugs.
I've been accused of being on heroin. Yeah. That's true. You ever done heroin, Dana?
Hell no.
What'd you do?
It also, from what I remember for her passing, it was like somas and Loratab, which I guess would like Vicodin or something when she passed away. It was basically her heart stopped, essentially. She just put too much to slow her system down, and that's how she passed away. But someone who it's not always a hard rule, but generally people are one or the other. They're speeding or they're coming down, and they don't have both to kickstart them unless you're Judy Garland. And it sounds to me like she's naturally this kind of edgy, kind of anxiety, nervous, tittering, and she requires the pills to slow down.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about this, and this could be what actually happened, but we don't. Well, look, we never know.
Right.
It could be a situation where she was on the back of a relatively long period of actually not being on drugs, right? Mm-hmm. So she was trying to get her shit together. She was doing this appearance coming up, and she'd been clean for, let's say, 3 months or so.
Yeah, or maybe even, let's say,
January or whatever. Or whatever, right?
Yeah.
She goes in and does this interview, and she's triggered massively. All her anxieties come flooding back. People telling her how useless she is. She's washed up. She's a drug addict, lesbian, ex-con, and she just goes, fuck it, I need to get high now.
Yep.
And because her tolerance is down, she goes right back to what she was taking 6 months previous or 3 months previous, and it's too much and it overwhelmed her.
Yeah.
That's typically how people overdose, is that their tolerance decreases from being clean, and then they take a dose of when they were
what they thought should work based on the last time they took
previously, and it's too much. Now doesn't usually happen with alcohol. It's usually fentanyl or whatever.
Yeah.
But that could be what happened. But I know that the medical examiner ruled it as a suicide. Wasn't an accidental overdose.
Right. They said it was a suicide, but there's no suicide note. And from what I gathered from all the research I've done, if it was a suicide, it was an accidental suicide. Like she did not intend to kill herself. It was strictly, I need to get the fuck to sleep. I'm too anxious, whatever. And this interview would have exacerbated. That's why I've always maintained Howard didn't obviously kill her. I never thought he killed her. But you'd have to feel, at least if you're a human being, you'd have to at least feel semi-responsible for pushing her over that edge, to need to get high, to come down off this awful fucking interview, because clearly that's how it went down.
Well, yeah, and I think it's his reaction afterwards. It's the spineless reaction to it, and it's the kind of, which I can understand, he was nervous and all that, but it's the reality. And like, maybe Howard should have really woken up and realized, maybe trying to find really broken, damaged people to poke with a stick for my audience entertainment mightn't be the best way of going about making a radio show. Maybe there's other ways to do it, but he didn't, because he continued to do this for another, well, what is this, 99, so another 10 years.
Oh yeah.
This type of thing.
And it culminates him having someone on staff who's that damaged, that he abused regularly. And not, I wouldn't say just abused, more like enabled.
But he's still doing
the ratings out of him.
He's still doing it in another sense, in that, he's sitting there watching, 600-pound people crying their eyes out, and he's laughing at them, or, he's watching, it's still, he's just not doing it on the radio anymore, but he talks about it on the radio, but doesn't obviously say what he really wants to say, which is that he's absolutely disgusted by fat people and people who are out of control.
Yeah, the last time, the few times you've heard him be absolutely honest were about Wendy Williams, let's say 7 years ago, and Lena Dunham in 2013, saying that watching her was like watching a rape, and that she's a big fat Woody Allen. She wants to be Woody Allen and put herself in every scene. And I mean, that was him, like 1999 Howard in 2013, not understanding that no, this person, it has more cultural relevance than you because she's in a hit show and you're not.
Yeah. Life is passing you by.
Yep.
Generations are passing you by. You're no longer relevant.
No. And then what ends up not being shocking at that point, it just seems evil.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing it now, Phil. We're seeing he delayed going back on the radio for a week. He went back. He did this really laboured, horrible bit that I'm not even going to listen to because I know it's not funny.
Yeah.
But with Howard, these are all the tricks. These are all the things that we know from listening to him for years.
Yeah.
Nothing's been announced. Scott Greenstein's clearly nothing's been signed.
No.
He's in trouble. He is not in a position negotiating from a position of strength now in this, if they are going to get something.
I can tell you they have signed. It's for fuck all money. And Greenstein knows he needs to leave it out in the open so that Howard can have the big reveal, even to his staff, at the end of the year.
And that's possible, yeah. That's possible.
December 1st or something like that, or whenever the last show will be. It might even be November, for fuck's sake, the way his schedule works. And he'll be like, I am, drum roll. Fred wakes up from his coma from 3 months of not playing a clip. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And all these staffers are going, who cares? I've got 6 other jobs on the trot, asshole.
Yeah, because I can't afford this. This one doesn't pay me enough.
Exactly. Yeah. Food stamps. The food stamp staff.
Okay.
So you think he's already signed?
Idea, yeah. 100%.
For nothing.
Yeah, for dick. Maybe for kitty litter.
I'd love to know the number. I'd absolutely love to know the number.
Yeah.
Imagine we got sight of all the numbers. Everything.
Yes.
You could do a full year of shows going through all the numbers.
You could do a forensic examination of how little everybody gets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do a full episode on each character.
Yeah.
Each person. And all through their years there. Oh, my God. Anyway, we can always dream. We can always dream.
You never know. Mailman, I'll make you a baklava. Just send that fucking document my way, his contract, before he signs it. That's all. Just make a copy. No one else needs to know.
Yeah.
Anything speedy. Anything speedy is not my choice of drugs.
That's anything.
Because I'm too hyper.
Right. Drinking was nice.
Yes.
Do you miss the drinking?
I think about it.
You do, yeah.
Yes, I do. Well, instead, I'll go to the gym and work out.
Oh, that's good. Well, there you go.
Stop.
Would you like a drink? I'll give you one. I'm an enabler. I don't know if you know that about me. All right, let's see if...
thank you, sir, for telling me that. I do need to slow down. Thank you.
John, go ahead. You're on the air.
What up, Howard, my nigga?
Thanks.
I want to say to Dana, I'm the one that saw her a while back when she was on St. Mark's a while back. I was wondering if she was still sleeping with that black guy that she was with a couple whiles ago, and if she's still cracked up on all those pills. She definitely sounds like a washout.
Well, no. She says she's not.
God, Howard loves that. You know, you're ticking all the boxes with Howard. Big black guy, drugs.
Yeah, drugs.
You know.
Yeah.
He even asked her.
Pilled up.
He even asked her earlier in the interview, and she said, who's the guy you're with? White guy?
White?
That was
his first. Imagine Howard say something like, I don't see race.
Yeah.
Not high anymore.
He says he saw her on St. Mark's.
Hey, you want a UA? I'll do a UA right now.
What's a UA?
A urine test.
Urine analysis.
Yeah, really?
I'll do it right now.
Oh, knock your head off. You knock your headphones off.
I will.
You will do urine test?
I will do it right
now.
now.
All right, Gary, get me a cup, please. Really, I believe you.
Stop.
I mean, she looks really bad. I mean, besides the bags under her eyes.
No, she looks
You
good.
didn't see Dana Plato. You haven't been living in New York, have you?
No.
She was living on the street. That's
Gary
not
in here
living
with
in
the
New
club.
York.
How are you going to do a urine analysis? Where are you going to send it to?
You'll drink it.
What is this?
We have tons of people. We do, those DNA tests because when people sleep with each other.
Right.
So I have a lab.
Hey, Dana, maybe that would put all these rumors to rest if you took a urine test.
You know what? I shouldn't have to do that for people, but I will.
You will do it? Wow.
I will.
Dana,
yes.
Are you still sleeping with that black guy that you were staying with, or?
I don't even know who you're talking.
There's your audience.
Yeah, well, this reminds me of Double A on the wrap-up show where they just line up these callers.
That was fantastic. That was the greatest barrage of fucking. What did he say that one time? He goes, hey, Al, you're on the air. It's Andy, dipshit.
That's not fucking you. That's pretty fucking.
That's pretty fucking with you.
How's it going? What's going on?
Yeah, Beth, tell me how many times a week you pleasures yourself to me.
We gotta find more. I gotta go see if I can find more AA. There's gotta be more AA to do one more episode.
Yeah, look under the vulnerable sector check. Double pedophile.
Were you even sleeping with?
No, could you please explain that to me?
Who do you mean, Todd Bridges or Gary Coleman?
Well, that was a rumor for a long time that she was double teaming the both of those.
Oh, get out of here, Mr. Sir. Yeah, go ahead.
No, well, the guy on the phone was saying that Dana took cash from him for an autograph.
Oh, I don't believe that. Do I believe that?
No.
Man, there's so many rumors swirling. I've never met anybody so
You know how
controversial.
hard it is for me to go through life? You don't even know.
Oh, I bet you I do know. It seems to me like everybody's attacking you.
That is why I moved out of the city.
You got out.
I'm gone. I'm done with that. See, I'm tired of defending my character.
I know.
I am who I am. What you see is what you get. What I say is what I mean. This is it.
This is it.
You know? I'm about peace, man. That's about,
Really?
treat your neighbor right or recycle,
You're into recycling?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
I'm trying to get into that myself.
All I'm trying to say is that, and I do a lot of community service,
Right.
Yeah,
What kind of community service?
Anything. When I was in LA, I fed the homeless.
You did?
Oh, yes, 3 times a week.
I never did that.
You're a good person.
Better than us.
I'm a nice girl. I'm a nice girl. I really am. And, these people can think what they want, and I do understand it's always been bad. It's okay. I understand. And I really apologize if I really offended anybody. I'm sorry.
You didn't offend me.
She keeps doing this, and I think that's what's endearing her to the people that, people say that the crystal clear audio with Artie and Reverend Bob and Sal and Richard coming in and jumping all over, and Kid Chris, I think, might have been in there as well.
Yeah.
And they felt bad for Crystal Clear as opposed to every other porn star that goes in there and sounds like a complete numbnuts. Not that Crystal Clear came in and sounded like a young Gore Vidal, but they felt bad for her because they were piling on, and also she seemed too stupid to know her surroundings and know how she was coming off.
Yeah, and I think with Howard, because of Howard's kind of, he does have a kind of a very strong sociopathic streak to him.
Yeah,
I think he has to try hard not to completely dehumanize people, and it's very easy for him to do that. And he's doing it here completely. He does it with all those porn stars. He didn't see them as people at all.
No,
he saw them as just these wrecks that he could kind of, like pulling the wings off, like a psycho kid pulling the wings off an insect. You know what I mean? That's always what I felt. And I think with the Crystal Clear thing, Artie and the others kind of saw on other sites where that Howard just doesn't have the capacity to really feel, it's kind of, it's sick, really.
And it's happening with this one. And I keep asking myself, why do we give a fuck about Dana Plato as opposed to every other drunk, alcoholic, alcoholic, drug addict in Hollywood? And it's because is it because she was young and white and pretty? Maybe it's because we don't typically associate that with people who have been on hit shows. I think that's a big part of it, like the fall from grace type of thing, and then the arc, the downward arc that happens is also darkly fascinating. People do it all the time. They've made life stories about the Hellraisers, Richard Harris, and fucking Peter O'Toole, and John Hurt, all the drinkers, Ollie Reed. There's more to write about, I suppose.
Definitely. I mean, the VH1 Behind the Music, every episode was the same.
Yeah.
It was, behind all the success lay a dark secret. The dream turned sour. And you always have that dip, right? And then you have the hero's return at the end.
Well, unless you're Robin Fab, then we won the goddamn Grammy.
Or Andy Gibb. But the thing is when you have someone like Tom Waits or another Leonard Cohen, you don't necessarily have that arc with them. They're just more private. They're not public, and they don't have, they're never going to have documentaries like that made about them. Everyone wants to see the car crash. Everyone, this is the reason why we get stuck in traffic looking, because there's rubberneckers looking at the car accidents. It's primal. It's in our instincts. You know what I mean?
I suppose so. By the way, did Wayne send you those pictures of Dylan in concert when he went to go see him?
No.
Okay, ask him for those pictures because I think he might have posted them on Facebook, but he told me before he sent them to me, Dylan looked like one of the Jawas from Star Wars. In this cloak, like he'd just come back from the Druid Festival in Stonehenge, and he was at a piano, and it really looked like look online. There was a show we talked about on the show before. It's called It's Your Move with Jason Bateman. It was one of the same producers of Married with Children, and that would have replaced Married with Children if it had been a hit. And they had to make a band for this battle of the bands or something. There was a dance. No, it was a dance that they had to make at school. And they didn't, the people that they hired didn't show up. So they had to make a band on the spot. So they bought all these skeletons and put them in robes and did hand puppets and some lip syncing, and they became a hit. So it was a problem. Now they were in demand. It's a great episode.
Do you know what I just, thought about, right?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about these bands now that have the great career, and then they go through the tough time, and then they come back and they're touring again or whatever.
Yeah.
What seems to have happened in the last few months, they say if you wait for a bus and nothing comes, 3 come at once or 2 come at once.
Yeah.
Seems to be happening this year that all these old rock stars now at the exact same time are falling off a fucking cliff. Now, I know poor Ozzy died, but not that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, there's video footage doing the rounds now of 3 in particular I can think of.
Go ahead.
Brian Johnson from AC/DC is absolutely... AC/DC as a whole now are out there touring, and it is appalling. I've never seen anything as bad in my life. And I love AC/DC, but this is shocking, right? Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose's voice is gone, and David Lee Roth, and I love David Lee Roth, but oh man.
4 hours ago, God.
Look at him there. Look, see the one new down there, but oh man, dude, look at him there. He looks like a corpse.
Yeah. So he's barely punching in the odd vocal, letting someone else doing the heavy lifting. They got 3 vocalists behind there, all 2 black guys. And it's almost like, well, I mean, it might even be like, what's his name, Frankie Valli.
I'm sorry that y'all get the wrong impression, but I hope one day you get to meet me.
Julie, hi, you're on the air.
Hi. I just want to tell you that, first of all, everyone always calls in to insult the famous people who are on the show, and I totally think I think they just want to hear themselves speak. Dana, I think that you sound great, and I think that it's fantastic that you're feeling so good about yourself, because I know somebody who actually was a star on, about 15 years ago as a teenager, and...
So you support Dana, and you...
Excuse me?
You seem very upset.
You have touched her.
You have touched her. You're crying, I see.
This is the nicest thing, really. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
You've really taken a lot of crap, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll console you.
Well, I think you sound fabulous. I don't understand why people are all attacking you.
I don't either. I really don't, but that's okay.
You might need to smoke a little weed.
You know what's funny about that is when I did used to smoke pot, people thought I was normal. Now that I'm straight, they think I'm on speed.
Wow.
No joke.
Ma'am, on the phone, are you a lesbian?
Me?
Yeah.
Absolutely not, no.
It doesn't matter either way. But thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And you know what?
That was very touching.
The person who I know who was a star, he is so screwed up right now, and he used to be a very good friend of mine, but I can't even be friends with him because he's all in love with me, and he won't stop harassing me, so I can't even talk to him. He's got...
This is ridiculous, thank you. All right.
No, thank you, sir.
That went into... It's funny, she mentioned about the other callers. I think they just want to hear themselves talk, and that's exactly what this missus did.
That's exactly it, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
it. And guys, sorry we couldn't find better examples of the music sucking ass, although I would love to play some Paul Stanley warbles on the Last Kiss tour, or footage of Gene Simmons needing to sit down at a concert on stage.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's like, anyway, like it's a horrible way to go. Like what is it? Better to burn out than fade away. Well, there's a middle ground there where you don't have to burn out and you don't have to fade away. You can just stop.
You can just stop. And I think with David Lee Roth, I know that he lost a lot of money on this tattoo company, and maybe he's just trying to make a bit of money back, even though I don't think he needs it. I think he's worth a good bit already. But it is very sad that some of these people are still... I don't know what AC/DC are thinking going out there. I looked on Reddit and a few of the places, and there's people who are fans of AC/DC for 30, 40 years saying they went to see them in Wembley and it was the worst show they've ever seen them at.
Which, AC/DC?
Yeah. And then, like, there's Axl Rose can't sing anymore, and Like, I think this kind of Guns N' Roses reunion is really outstaying its welcome. I think this reunion kicked off about 10 years ago. The reunion's longer than the original run.
Yeah. Let's see if I got this right here. Yeah, it looks like Van Halen shared publishing for the first few albums at the very least. I'd say they did it. Well, then like if they did that, then I'm sure Roth is fine, especially with.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I heard he was worth $50 million or something.
Yeah, and he wasn't like a big drugger or anything where he would, I don't think he invested. He had a tattoo business that went tits up.
Yeah, it went tits up. Yeah, that was 2 or 3 years ago. So maybe this is a way for him to make back a bit of money, but
cut back into it.
Yeah. But no, I like it is sad when you watch, and I've always said, if you can't do the songs justice, you shouldn't be doing them. Just can't. It's not fair because you're charging people. Like Brian Johnson says in one of these videos I watched last night, one of these shorts, he goes, "People say my voice is fucked. I don't care," and it's like, well, Brian, I care if I'm paying $300 for a fucking ticket and you sound like Jeff the Drunk. So, like,
at this point, I'd rather hear Artie do an AC/DC cover
exactly.
band.
Exactly.
I mean, it was bad enough when they went in studio and he couldn't sing, and then Artie started singing anyway.
Yeah,
and sounded better than Brian Johnson.
He did, and he did indeed.
Yeah,
very, very much.
That really touched you. I see you're really crying real tears.
Wiping away tears.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
God bless you.
We have very few moments like that on this show.
Yeah, nothing touching happens here.
Yeah.
Only when you miss Jackie's plug.
Has she got an onion?
Thank you.
No, there's no onion. She's really crying.
Really?
Yeah.
There's such jaded people in the world.
She got an onion. Would you like to sit on my lap and have me console you?
Not without an onion.
All right, let's take a couple more calls. It's fascinating. Rich, you're on the air. Dana Plato is with us, appearing May 21st and 22nd in Chicago at the Expo of the Extreme. Go ahead, Rich.
Howard, I got 2 points to make. First of all, somebody that doesn't do drugs does not marry somebody they only known for 6 months. Number 2, why don't you
That's not true.
Why don't you get a urine sample from her, Howard?
We're going to get one.
Take a little.
You know what, sir? I'm not going to do
you
that.
You are loaded. You're messed up. You're still doing drugs.
Oh.
Are you sure about that now? Are you sure about that?
Through that masquerade that you're putting on. You're lying.
I like that you're going to take a urine test. I think it's terrific.
Okay, now this is part of where it I mean, it was already going wrong, but this is a big part of where it does end up going tits up because, get a urine sample, get all these people attacking her, which is the mandate for the show. And people often, even on Reddit, wherever, different forums have been saying she had to know what she was going into, but when she got on there. And I agree with that. That was her manager, this Shane shithead, Shane Bugby, Shane fucking creepy, saying, go on the Stern show. It's great. You'll get your word across. At this point in her career, nothing was going to make her star shine, and certainly not being on the Stern show. The only thing he was that much of a scumbag. He was like, we're desperate. We'll go on and we'll do anything. And notoriety is good notoriety, no matter how bad or good it is. And like it wasn't going to manifest itself into ticket sales, CD sales, whatever. She clearly had problems that were well beyond promotion to be saved. Like she was gone.
Yeah, you can tell in this interview, first of all, how quickly if she's really crying, that kind of gives you an indication of how fragile she was. If she isn't crying, and that's all a complete lie, that gives you an idea of
manipulation of the drug.
Manipulation, or, either way, it's an issue, I think, a red flag. And then also, I would say with Howard, you have a guy who, when in his head and he thinks drug testing, he thinks, great, there's a show, we're going to have a big reveal, we're going to have it like a game show, you know what I mean? A bit like Maury Povich, but more low rent.
Right.
So she's stuck in the middle of it. She's got Howard trying to manipulate her and, trying to exploit her. And then you've got this other guy who wants to plug his shitty event using her. And it's grim, really. And she's stuck there.
And Bowie flippantly going, hey, we got a lab we can send it to. Is the lab run by Dominic Barbara?
Yeah, he's an asshole, Bowie. He really is.
And again, guys, we'll cover the second part. In the second part, we'll cover the cover our ass segment from the follow-up show, which I believe was on the 10th of May, like through the weekend afterwards.
It's the Monday morning, yeah.
Yeah, and that there was some DEFCON 5 planning that was being done Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How do we get out of this?
Well, she died on the Saturday night, so I'm sure by the Sunday afternoon, I'd say Howard got word. News would have broken, This interview's on the Friday, I believe, and
Yep.
she died on the Saturday night.
Yep.
So I'm sure, but yeah. So I think Howard got legal advice.
Don was on the phone.
Don was on the phone. Howard got legal advice. Made sure, went back over the interview again. Made sure, do we talk about it? Do we not talk about it? If you do talk about it, just totally make out like you barely remember the interview even happening, let alone, the contents of it,
Yeah. And that's the sad part. Like really, and this is a brave person would have owned up and said, maybe we went too far. Maybe I shouldn't allow those callers to call in, whatever. Maybe I should have stopped the calls completely and just done a one-on-one interview, and that would have been better. But he could never, a guy like that, and a narcissist like that is never going to cop to culpability.
When has he ever done that, Phil? When has he ever? The only time he ever maybe said that he did something wrong was when he left Terrestrial and claimed that his ending was poor. He could have managed it better. I can't remember any other times he held his hand up and said, I did something. The only time he ever says he did something wrong is when he's trying to pivot in another direction and justify it. When he said, "Oh, I feel really bad about calling Jennifer Aniston a cunt," or whatever he did, because now I'm evolved. You know what I mean? He uses it to pivot in another direction. It's never for the genuine reason of being contrite. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of which, we'll wrap this one up, but have you got an idea for a dedication for this episode? I know I owe one to Jonathan Levin, but did you have one in mind for the occasion?
Well, it won't be AC/DC or David Lee Roth playing.
Maybe a bad version.
Yeah, if I can find in the meantime before this goes out the actual videos, I'll try and find them, and you can just drop them in just to justify what I was saying, because they're horrific. No, I haven't thought about this episode. I haven't thought about it. So have you any ideas?
Well, I did mention the theme Angela by Bob James.
Oh yeah,
that we were talking about earlier, like Billy Corgan saying to Mary Lou Henner in that interview he did with her that he found the theme creepy to Taxi.
I love that. Play that, dude.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, but you got to play that. That's one of the greatest ones of all time. I mean, in my opinion, I would say.
I can listen to that anytime.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
I used to play that at the bars to close it out for the night and let everybody go home. That one and Chemical Brothers, One Too Many Mornings.
One Too Many Mornings. That's a good one as well.
Yeah.
Exoplanet Dust.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's go with Taxi. Why not?
Oh, and I know you don't follow it, but Greece are in the semis for the Eurobasket. So they're playing Turkey. It's a massive match Friday.
Oh, that's good.
Friday night. I don't know where they're playing, actually. It might be in Latvia. I can't remember, in Riga. But that's going to be big. And I can't remember who's in the other. I think Germany might be in the other semis.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, Ireland, I the other night played Armenia, and it is significant in that it is the lowest point in Irish football I've ever known in my life. I first saw Ireland play in 1990 in the flesh. My father bought me Roy Keane's debut, actually.
Really?
Ireland. Yeah. I was at that game.
Was it a qualifier or was it a friendly?
It was a friendly after the World Cup and against Chile. And they lost. It was 1-1, but I have never seen a worse Irish team than I saw the other night. It's all over the news here. Everyone's just like, it's the worst ever. It's never been this bad. It's more embarrassing than the clerical sex abuse scandal and the Magdalene laundries put together. It's fucking horrific. Roy Keane was on talking on the Overlap about it, how bad it is. But I saw Eric Cantona's debut for
France.
Played for Leeds in 1992,
Leeds,
as well in Dublin. But so thankfully Liverpool are back this weekend and might offer a bit more positivity than the international football. But when are you playing? When are you playing Turkey?
Turkey is going to be over here. It's going to be early morning, so it'll be like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I don't know, because I'm recording with Raven the following that morning. So I'll only be able to maybe sleep early and then catch part of it or something. But it looks to be a great game because Turkey looks really good and Greece are really cohesion. Their cohesion is really good now. I didn't realize Seamus Coleman's the head coach of Ireland right now.
No, he's not.
That's what it says here.
No, the head coach of Ireland is Heimer Heimlinsson, which is the ex-Iceland coach.
It says on Wikipedia. Oh no, the captain. Sorry, my mistake.
Captain.
The head coach, Helmir Hallgrimsson. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so he's the guy
who
knocked it. He was managing Iceland when they knocked out England in 2016. He was the guy with
the infamous.
Yeah, the infamous. Oh, just saying. The only thing.
My favorite bit of video ever.
What is he? He tries to get Sigurdsson. Oh, well, I think we know what's happened there. Just saying.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, enough football talk for now. We'll catch you on the next one. We hope you appreciated this one, and take care. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, folks.
Well, it sounds fascinating.
Hey, Howard, this makes sense. I just read in page 6, Diana DeGarmo is writing a book. It's called Go Away, Little Monster.
Well, Eric, I wish you luck with this book. I do.
And take your little dog with you.
And I'm very excited to have a reading and hear what you have to say, okay?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, Artie, how many brain cells have you actually killed with coke and heroin?